Hey everyone, what's up? My name is Raging Jordan's fan, and today I'm listing my top 10 favorite Air Jordan silhouettes. This is based just on how the shoe looks. And another thing is that even though this video is like a ranking of them, I'm going to mention colorways, a ranking of silhouettes, I mean. I'm going to mention colorways a lot too because different types of colorways, they really help or hurt the shoe. Another thing about the list is that I'll only be talking about high top versions of the shoes, no lows or mids. Anyway, without further ado, here are my top 10 Jordan silhouettes. At number 10, I have a probably unexpected choice that you didn't see coming. The number 10 spot goes to the Jordan 18. I really see love for these shoes, which kind of sucks because they're actually pretty clean. I feel like the little flap that covers the laces is like really unique. And I like the suede upper that some colorways have because suede is always a win. And it fell to the bottom, though, because they just don't have that iconic feeling that the shoes on the rest of the list have. Like, Jordan wore them on the court, like when he was on the Wizards. That's cool, but, like, they're just not that iconic, They also don't have as many features on them. Like, they're pretty simple, aside from that flap. Like, what else is on the shoe? Like, nothing. Suede, I guess. And, like, I like simple shoes. I like how simple they are. Yeah, but I just, the other shoes on this list, they have more to them. And it wouldn't be fair to just judge these other shoes with this one when this one barely has anything on it. It just wouldn't be fair. So, anyway, my favorite colorways for this shoe have got to be either the Racer Blue or the Toro Red because they're just simple, just clean, All right, at number 9, we got Jordan 9s. Now, let me get this straight. I love the Jordan 9. I feel like it has one of the most unique looks of a Jordan. But maybe I'm just saying that because people don't wear them that much, so you don't see them that much. But they're unique to me, You don't see other Jordans that look that much like them. I really like the overall build of it, They're not my favorite silhouette, but I think they're underrated. So the problem with them, however, is the fact that Jordan Brand does not want to give these shoes good colorways. Like the Racer Blue, for example, all right? How are you going to call a shoe Racer Blue, but then have the whole shoe be black with just the Jumpman be blue? How does that make any sense? I never understood that. Like they should have added a little more blue on it. Maybe made the midsole blue or something. Could have tried. And I feel like they always make them just mainly black with like the small center color. They don't stand out much, And if they're not all black with a little color, then they're white with a black midsole. And then there's color on the inside of the shoe and then on the Jumpman, like this. And just, it's annoying, Like they got to add some more, they got to add some better colorways, Regardless of this, I still think they have some pretty clean all-black players, like the charcoal or the university gold. But it just gets old after a while. Like, when you, like, they just all have this similar look. Not all of them. Like, I'm not saying all of them, but a lot of them have similar looks. It just doesn't hit the same, And my favorite colorways of this shoe are the Gem Red and the Hyper Royal, which doesn't actually exist. This shoe was created by House of Heat, and I really wish they existed because they're simple, but they have a unique look. Because other Jordan 9s aren't typically colored this way, which is my problem with them. I wish that they were colored like that, Jordan Brand got to take some notes. The Jordan 9 is a great shoe. It's wasting potential, All right, let's move on to number 8. For number 8, I have Jordan 6s. Jordan 6s, like, they're a great shoe, But they've always just been kind of normal to me, They're good. I just don't care for them that much. They're like, even though they're not number 5, they're really mid-tier to me. I like them. Like, I like how the shoe looks, but they're one of the more average-looking ones to me. And one thing I really appreciate about them is the fact that they do what the Jordan 9 doesn't do, which is my main problem with the Jordan 9, as you just heard. They utilize the entire shoe to create some really good looking colorways. Like you're not gonna see a Jordan 6 colorway that doesn't include every part. Well, I mean you will, but you could go down StockX right now and look down. You're gonna see a colorway that includes the 23 on the side. Speaking of that, I really like that too. I like how they turn 23 into a design aspect of the shoe. That's really unique because a lot of them will just write it on the side or on the back, but they actually kind of threw it on the entire shoe. That's really interesting. But you'll see that color. You'll see just the midsole, just around the little air pocket, just around the tongue. You'll see colors everywhere, you know? Not just one spot, not just one little spot of color, you know? And I like that about them, which is why they're rated above the Jordan 9. They're just better, just a little bit. My favorite colorways for the Jordan 6 are the electric greens and the black infrared. Okay, so here's where the list gets a little more controversial. So, number 7, don't crucify me for this, but at number 7, I got the Jordan 11. I'm sorry, but I know I sound crazy. A lot of people put this shoe at like number 1, number 2, but in my opinion, they're like a little overrated, just a little bit. I still like them a lot. I love these shoes, you know. I love every single shoe on this list. I like them. But, you know, they just, like, people go crazy for, like, these 4 colorways of this shoe, which are Bread, of course, Concord, Space Jam, Cool Gray, you know. Like, I like these colorways. They're my personal favorites of those colorways being Bread and Space Jam. I like them, but I feel like those are some of the only good ones, the only good 11 colorways. And some of the only ones people ever talk about, ever. Like, not including Lowe's, of course, but like they always want to talk Bread, Concord, Space Jam, Cool Gray. Like, and I feel like they should have. I feel like there's just not enough colorways, and it kind of gets old after a while. You know what I mean? And I just wish they had more interesting colorways. Even if they did, the silhouette itself, which I still like, of course, it isn't the best to me, you know. It's a great silhouette, but like, I mean, you know, it's pretty simple, just like the 18, you know. I'm sorry, but they're just not number 1 for me. I'm sorry. My favorite colorways of the 11 are the Win Like 96 and the Legend Blue, probably because they aren't as hyped up as the other ones. You know, all the other ones, you go crazy for them. Oh, my God, new Bread is dropping this year. Oh, my God, how am I going to cop? Like, gotta chill a little bit, you know? Next up, we got number 6. And number 6, I got the Jordan 13, which I could low-key get crucified for saying these are number 6 too, honestly. The Jordan 13, it's one of the more unique shoes on the list, you know. It has a weird look. Got the little dot thingies it got the little patches. I don't even know. It's a weird shoe. But, I used to really like these shoes, like, a lot. Like, last year, I was obsessed with these shoes. I couldn't go, like, a day without thinking about, oh, my gosh, I wish I had a pair of 13s right now. Like, because I don't own a pair. But, yeah. I used to really like them, but I feel like they just don't hit the same for me anymore, you know? They don't, something about them just, I feel like they don't look that good. Like, they're good, obviously. I like them a lot, but they don't look as good as I used to think they looked, you know? Now, I just see them as pretty good, but nothing too special. I still like how they look, just not that much. And my favorite colorway is probably the Hyper Royal and maybe the Court Purple that's dropping later this year, possibly January if it gets pushed back, which I might make a video about later. But, yeah, I like that colorway. It's pretty nice. Next up, we got number 5, which is the Jordan 4. Jordan 4 is a really good shoe. Like, they look amazing to me. You know, they look really good. Now we're at number 5, so it's just going to get a lot better from here. I really don't have anything bad to say about these. There's nothing wrong with these shoes. Nothing wrong at all to me. Like, they're pretty much just good shoes. Nothing exceptional or unexceptional about them. Just that's all I could really say. I like them. I like the little netting. They were the first Jordan to introduce that, and then the Jordan 5 the next year kind of updated on that. I mess with them. My favorite colorways for them are the Toro Bravos, Fire Reds, and the Military Blue. Really nothing else to say. Like, they're just a great shoe, but there's just some that are just better. Next up, we got number 4, which is kind of controversial because I got the Jordan 1. A lot of people will be like, oh my gosh, first shoe ever made, best shoe, he never topped it again. Oh my gosh, they're good, but I mean, the best one, I don't know about that one. There are just a few more pairs that are better. Like the Jordan 1, don't get me wrong, nothing will ever top how iconic these shoes are. They have the most iconic look and feel and everything about them. They're just the most iconic Jordan. Either that one or like some people would say the 11, but it's the one. They're extremely iconic, and they have like a nice look. I really don't see anything wrong with them at all. They're, like I said earlier, they're just shoes that are better than this one. Favorite colorways are the extremely iconic Bread Band, Royal Blues, both of the Pine Greens, and probably others because there's like an infinite amount of Jordan 1 colorways. Can you even name them on one piece of paper? Like, you probably can't. There's that many. It's crazy. At number 3, we got the Jordan 3. Jordan 3 just has such a classic look about it, It's really good. Elephant skin also gives it a really good look, too. It's got some really good colorways, ranging from, like, small color on it to majority color. And just almost every colorway just seems to work with this shoe. It's almost like a blank canvas that just, like you could throw anything on there and it would just work. You rarely see like a Jordan 3 colorway so ugly that you're like, oh my gosh. Like, it'll always be pretty good. They're just a great silhouette. And my favorite colorways for this shoe are the Racer Blue, Sport Blue, and the Red Cement. Now at number 2, we have the Jordan 12. Obviously, these shoes are pretty popular. It would be a crime to say they're extremely underrated. They're not underrated. But sometimes I feel like they're slightly overshadowed by other Jordans. Mainly the 11. I love these shoes a lot, but I feel like people tend to like the 11 better, which I never understood. I feel like any color can work with this silhouette, kind of like the 3. And almost all the colorways are good, Like, they got some really good colorways on these shoes. And I just love that little, like, the lines on the side. And then, everything about the silhouette just looks pretty cool. Just like the Jordan 3. Favorite colorways for it are the Reverse Taxi, University Gold, Reverse Flu Game, no matter what anyone says. I don't care if you hate them. I like them. And the Deep Royal Blue, just a lot of different materials look good on it, different colors, just a lot of different stuff. Like, it can look good with, like, almost anything. It's crazy to me, man. And finally, number 1, some of you already know what's coming. My number 1 favorite Jordan silhouette is the Jordan 5. Like, I really love everything about the Jordan 5. The netting, the tongue, the shark teeth, the number 23 on the side, the Jumpman on the back, just everything. I feel like they just have the coolest look of all Jordans. Like, my favorite colorways of the Jordan 5s are the Raging Bull, Bel Air, Grape, Alternate Grapes, Oregon, etc. Like, just like I said for the past 2 shoes, like, any colors can look good on this shoe. It doesn't matter what color you throw on it, it'll look good. Doesn't matter the material, it'll look good. it has just the greatest look of all Jordans to me. Like, they just be looking cool. I can make a whole video about Raging Bulls. I love Raging Bulls. But that's for a later day. But my name is literally based off of Raging Bulls, which is kind of cringy, but I don't care. They're cool. Anyway, that was my list. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Am I tripping? Let me know in the comments. And this was my first actual video, so I hope I did good. Again, this is all personal opinion. My opinion changes a lot, so this list will probably be invalid in like a month. But thank you for watching. If you're watching, just like, subscribe, share if you want to. All right, I'm out.